Here's what happens when concreting goes wrong.
Today we'll watch this video together and see what went wrong and give you my professional opinion what they should have done to prevent this from happening. Need many years of experience to apply it. You can't just watch a boxing show or fights and you try to do it yourself. You need many years of experience. Same as for concrete. You try to apply what you see online, you get knocked out. That's why you need professionals to help you. So we'll go through this and we'll see what went wrong. First, as you see, and I'll compare it with other jobs that we did recently, so we all learn together and I can share my professional experience with you guys. And I took my son to teach him how we do it correctly. As you see here, she put the job and they kept going without screeding the job, without leveling, without dictating the level. As you see, when we pour small amount, we flat it and we screed it with a screed to show the level. This guy, he's one of the most important guys on the job. He's the placer and he places with a screed to control the level, make sure everything is flat and slopes properly as the concrete getting poured. Other finisher is a raker and he rake the concrete to flat it out, so he makes it level before he screed it, so it's easier for him to screed. And one guy in the meg, and this guy in the meg, he goes around the corner to show them the level. He kind of highlight the levels for them, easier to see it. So three guys, they place the job. If it's a small job, one guy could do it. And this job that I'm showing you now and the job they had is the same size job. If you see, they pour concrete as much as they could handle. They don't go ahead and just pour the entire job, then they go back and they try to place it. They pour a little bit, they place it by screeding it, flatten it, megging it. Then after that, they go around and they do it with a buffalo or like the outside trowel. They call it a funny trowel. They buffalo it or trowel it to make it flat even. So they go step by step. So as he's screeding, one guy, he dropped behind and he starts smoothing what he screed. So he doesn't wait for the concrete. He's ahead of the game. If he sees himself going behind, he stopped pouring. He told the guy, stop pouring, and he trying to catch up. So if he notices the concrete is hard, he tells him to add water. He doesn't leave it to chance. Who's the boss in the job? It's the concrete is the boss of the job. So we go as fast as the concrete goes. We don't go faster than the concrete. The concrete decide how fast we go. We don't get surprised. One of the most important skills for the concrete finisher to be able to read concrete, to see when the concrete's ready, if it's gotta get ready. This takes years of experience. One of the issues here that they don't have concrete experience to read the concrete, so they get caught off guard. You should be able to read the concrete. Okay, this concrete is hard. This concrete want half an hour to finish. This concrete give us 2 hours. So they decide and they keep checking the concrete by touching it, and they decide by the strength of the concrete and reading the mix. What's in the mix of the concrete? Is there calcium? Is there no calcium? There is air? There is no air? What's the strength of the concrete? 32 MPa dry certain speed. If it's 40 MPa, it dries different speed. So 40 MPa dries much faster. It's 28 MPa, it dries slow. So all this stuff, they should know it as a finisher. And that takes years of experience. You can't experiment with that. Because one time, it costs you a lot more money to jackhammer that out and do it again. You want to do it, the concrete, it gives you one time to do it either right or you don't do it. So if you don't do it right from the first time, you lose the job and you jackhammer it. I remember one of the customer, he tried to save money, he formed the job himself. Then I found out he prepared the job. As he prepared it, it would take 3 times the amount of the concrete. He didn't realize what does that translate in terms of dollars. So he had to pay 3 times of the concrete, just order 3 times of the concrete. If he paid the preparation, he would have saved money in the concrete and he didn't waste time preparing. So sometimes you're not too rich to do a shitty job. So you just want to do it right from the first time, and that's the benefit of the experience. So here, as you see, as we finish the job, the job is complete now. Then, and it's placed, all placed one piece, everything is smoothed already and it's troweled already. And the benefit of it trowelling, to have no gaps or holes and to make everything smooth as one piece, a piece of art. And then we highlight it everywhere. We highlight all the edges. Everything is highlighted now. Then after we highlight the edges, we do the cuts, then we broom it. We trowel it again, we smooth it again, then we broom it, then we highlight the edges to make it look like a framed picture. It looks like a picture. It's visually appealing. There is no puddles of water. All sloped properly. All the cuts are straight. All the lines are straight. So this is the last touches is very important. And this is why you need experience, years of experience to get to this level. Because you want to place the job properly to make sure everything slopes properly. No puddles of water. Everything slopes properly. No holes in the concrete. All the cuts are straight and it looks pretty and it's very good looking. This way it adds value to your house when you have this piece of art. If you go ahead and you just pour all the concrete at once, then you go back, you're taking a chance that you're not going to be able to catch it. But if you see here, if what they did, they poured a little bit, after they poured a little bit, they stopped, they place it, then they poured a little bit to place it, they pour as they go, it would have been different. Even for a small job, you got to respect every amount of job of concrete. Even if it's 1 cubic meter, like 100 square feet, you got to respect it. The job here, it looks like 250, 300 square feet. You need like 2 finishers to do this job. One finisher, if he's very good finisher, one finisher. Like sometimes Eric do jobs this size alone. He's able to do jobs at this size alone. But at the same time, we don't do this. We send another finisher with him to help him. And we charge for experience. 20 years of experience we had. We charge for this job because we're leaving an art for you. So after he places the job, as you see, he does the cuts, he does the design, and it looks phenomenal. The last thing she said is the best thing she said.
Now, I am kind of glad this happened because it taught me and Shumi what to do when this happens, but I would not want to do it again.
What she learned, she should never do this again unless if she has some years of experience under her belt. And she needs the strength, because like you need the strength when you pour concrete, because if it gets hard, the concrete just, once you pour the concrete, just keep getting harder. When it gets hard, you need to use more strength. You need the strength to pull it, you need strength to trowel it, you need strength with concrete. And just remember, the concrete is very heavy, even if it's liquid form. The concrete liquid form or hard form is the same weight. One block of concrete this size is very hard for one man to lift, like this size. This size block concrete, maybe 2 men will lift it. It's the same weight. Even if it's liquid, it's the same weight. So when you screed this much of concrete is the same weight as you screed in it if it's hard. So if you can't pull it with a board, this much of concrete, you could pull it with a board if it's wet. So don't underestimate the concrete. It's lighter because it's wet. It's the same amount of weight. It's wet or hard. It's the same weight. You just gotta consider that. One of the things I gotta reiterate, you gotta be able to read concrete to do concrete. You can't just like guess or guesstimate. You gotta read the concrete. The concrete is the boss on the job. Once the concrete on the job, we don't even speak to the customer. The customer gives us all the requirement before we pour the concrete. Once the concrete shows up, it's a go time. It's not this negotiation time. This is it for the video. I hope you guys learned what went wrong.